Welcome back to the channel, guys. Picking up all types of free crap. So we've got a nice camera. I can see myself real good on here. Whole bunch of free pallets, guys. These are awesome. I'm going to be able to use them. The ones that are broken, have broken boards, we're going to be able to use for fire. Good hardwood on those. We're going to be able to heat our greenhouse. Jumping in the greenhouse here, we've got a few strawberries we're trying to catch. We've got our blueberries, lots of stuff in here still. Unfortunately, we've got some elderberries, lots of dried out stuff. We haven't been spending a whole lot of time. We just came out here to do some work and clean up the greenhouse because it is the end of the season. We're still producing a ton of plants and we've still got plants going in the ground. We just put some habaneros, orange habaneros or something in here yesterday. So we've got lots of stuff going. It's August, so we're putting plants in the greenhouse in August with a hope for a late harvest on those and possibly late harvest all the way up until September, October. As long as we can keep this double layer greenhouse clean and warm, we shouldn't have any issues with any aphids or nematodes or anything bad that can prevent these crops from being very successful here. So we've been having a ton of red tomatoes coming out of the greenhouse, just left and right. We are pulling tomatoes out of here and I sometimes forget about them. So these ones are not forgotten about. They are perfectly ripe, just got ripened up. So those I like to get right away. I just wanted to give everybody a tour of the greenhouse as we're coming into the end of the season. I really wanted to just talk about everything we're going to be moving forward with heating the greenhouse. So we're going to be doing a compost heating system. Items, come check this out. We have ourselves an awesome little sink here. It's even got the drain plug and everything, got the legs for it. It is basically ready to go. It's got all the fittings and stuff. We've got a drain where we can hook up and thread it on, and this was free for me, so that is going to be a very cool little find. My Gorilla netting here because our shade cloth had ripped in that last storm. We're going to come do an update on that storm because there was a lot more than just that shade cloth that we had damaged. No serious damage to the greenhouse, but some technical parts and some electrical stuff. So very odd, and I think the lightning did it. So we're going to update on all that very soon here. As I stated in a previous video, we're just trying to catch up as we have been down for like a month now without a camera and stuff like that. So here we go. We've got a nice new camera and I'm out here sharing everything with everybody. We've been continually avoiding the actual process of digging out this pond. There's going to be a pond on this side because what I figured out last winter is that this side of our greenhouse is the darker side and the side with all of this vegetation is the lighter side. So what we're going to do is put fish on the darker side, put plants on the lighter side, and then we're going to use our compost heat the best we can to keep all of that stuff alive. So we've got a lot of things coming. Aside from all of the free stuff we've been getting, the greenhouse is looking very well. And I mean, although it's been dry because we haven't had a whole lot of rain to collect and use out here, we've just been able to fill up our rain barrels and basically just leach the water into this. But you can clearly see that these tomatoes are getting a lot of water. They are looking healthy. They look very, very good. You can see me wafting this lavender around. It smells absolutely amazing. We have that lavender growing back there. As we're moving into late summer, early fall, we've really got a lot of stuff going on. And when you're doing a greenhouse, it's hot in here. I had to let my head breathe there. So we are cleaning up a ton of stuff. Just cleaning out all of our pots and stuff. We got all of the empty pots, all of the dried out plants. 90% of it's cleared out. We had so many plants in here and so many pots to clear out. We filled up this entire ring with pots and junk, basically all the old plants and stuff that we couldn't save, couldn't plant, stuff that weren't perennials, that weren't going to produce this season unless we put it in the greenhouse. Hence why we put our little orange habaneros and stuff and those later tomatoes over there. We've got mortgage lifters inside the greenhouse, so I really want to see if we can't get heat going early or just close all the windows and doors up early to hold a little bit better heat, because we have double layer on this, so we have a 6 to 8 inch air gap and we've got our windows controlling everything, we should be in good shape. So I'm really gonna experiment with that, because last season we ripped some of our plants out. So that's one thing I'll tell everybody. I wouldn't dedicate a whole lot of space to it. Like, we have a whole half of our greenhouse dedicated to tomatoes. And that is definitely gonna hinder us going into the colder seasons, because we're not going to have all of the plants started and in place. So we may be sprouting and transplanting. We're going to be figuring it out, but we have our geothermal, we'll have our Jean Pain, so we should have enough heat to be able to suffice all the cold hardy plants. But that's one thing, is timing, that I really like to reiterate with everyone. Getting plants in, getting plants out, and knowing when and what to leave. So we ripped our tomatoes out early last year, and I wish I would have left them, because we probably could have got maybe another couple pounds at least of tomatoes for ourselves after the market had ended. So simple things like that can save you from ruining something or not getting a harvest that you could have potentially gotten. So there's a lot of little things that you learn throughout the years. We'll be going into our third winter with this greenhouse here, and we're hoping to have the most successful winter yet. But like I said, all of these plants that I want to leave, and let's see how long they can go, that might hinder our performance this winter, unless I really put a lot of effort into multi-sowing or under-sowing. But then again, I'm still gonna have to tear that bed up. So there's a lot going into all this. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this, because I plan on using some of those free pallets we picked up to frame out the actual pond we're gonna dig on this side, our colder side or our darker side, throughout the winter. So we're going to get that going, be excavating a lot of dirt out of here. We just had to get a ton of stuff done first. I just wanted to kind of give an end of the season tour. Everything's kind of emptied out. It just looks like a bare greenhouse for the most part up front here, where all of our plants are usually at, and inside, outside the greenhouse, we've got a ton going on all the time. So getting this little video filmed and kind of sharing a little bit of what's going on. So I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by, and if you had any questions about anything I covered or anything going on in the greenhouse, definitely drop in the comments. So thank you guys again, and I will see you guys next time with a whole lot more stuff to update you guys on. We're gonna be doing a bunch of work behind the scenes.